And I'm Angel Salcido.
We have a great show planned for today with a field segment from lifestyle correspondent Ainsley Cromar.
And Harry J is here to perform for us live. But first, here are this week's top stories.
Turkish officials report that missing Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi was drugged, killed, and dismembered inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Officials also allege that a top Saudi diplomat was present for the gruesome killing. President Trump has warned against assuming guilt of the Saudi government. His Secretary of State Mike Pompeo visited Riyadh and says that Saudi officials strongly deny involvement. However, conflicting reports say that the kingdom is considering releasing a statement saying Khashoggi's death was an interrogation gone wrong.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren has been labeled as a Pocahontas fraud by President Trump. Warren released a 5-minute video earlier this week with the aim of dispelling any uncertainty over her Native American heritage. After seemingly confirming her heritage through a DNA test, it was revealed that the estimates of just how much American blood Warren actually possesses range from 1/164th to a whopping 1/1024th. President Trump took aim at the uncertainties behind Warren's video, saying, quote, "Now that her claims of being of Indian heritage have turned out to be a scam and a lie, Elizabeth Warren should apologize for perpetrating this fraud against the American public," end quote. Without giving a definitive answer on her heritage, it appears that Warren's attempt at beating back President Trump's claims missed the mark.
We're less than 20 days from the midterm elections. Here's a look at what that means in our neck of the woods. The first question you'll see on the ballot would limit the number of assigned patients to nurses in Massachusetts hospitals. Voting no on question 1 would make no change in laws for nurse-to-patient limits. Democratic candidate for Governor Jay Gonzalez supports the ballot measure, but Republican incumbent Charlie Baker says he'll vote no. Another question getting a lot of buzz is question 3. A yes vote would keep in place the current law which protects transgender individuals from discrimination. A no vote would repeal the protections Charlie Baker, who signed the protections into law 2 years ago, endorses a yes vote on question 3. Baker is still leading in the polls against Gonzalez. And lastly, a reminder that today is your last chance to register to vote here in Massachusetts. If you aren't sure if you've registered, you can check by visiting sec.state.ma.us on the web.
127 suspected cases of a polio-like condition called acute flaccid myelitis have been reported to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The disease, dubbed AFM, has similar symptoms to the paralyzing polio virus. They range from difficulty of moving limbs to a weakening of the muscles controlling breathing, which can require use of a ventilator. Despite the striking resemblance to polio, none of the patients tested positive for the virus. There is no specific treatment to AFM, and once the disease hits the nervous system, there is no known way to reverse its effects. Dr. Nancy Mezzanier says, quote, "I want parents to know how hard we're working to try and identify the cause of AFM. And when we get information that will help them understand it, we're going to make that information available," end quote.
Well, I definitely enjoyed the breeze outside this morning, but I'm
chilly.
no expert. So let's go to Frances Hoy for a detailed weather report.
Thank you, Juliana. Today is a sunny day with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 37 degrees. It will be breezy tomorrow as well. This week's weather doesn't have many surprises, but you surely won't see any 60s appearing on the forecast. On Thursday, we will see plenty of sunshine with a high in the upper 40s and a low of 32 degrees. At night, again, it will be windy and very cold when the sun is covered. Friday, we will see a high in the 50s and a low of the high 40s. At night, there will be more clouds. On Saturday, we will see rains in some regions with a high of 59 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. The rain won't last long and things will start to clear up at night. Sunday and Monday's weather will be pretty similar. We will see a mix of sunshine and clouds with a high of 50 degrees and a low of the middle 30s. The weather has been really extreme. Please take care of yourself this week and good luck on midterms. Now let's go to Ainsley Cromar in the field for info on Boston's best breakfast spots.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm your Boston lifestyle correspondent, Ainsley Cromar. Today I have 2 cozy breakfast restaurants to take us to. They're both relatively cheap, close to campus, and have wonderful styles of their own. Let's go check them out.
Welcome to the Friendly Toast, our first stop on this breakfast tour. Here you can find classic staples like biscuits and gravy or pancakes. But if regular pancakes aren't your thing, don't worry, they have blueberry, banana, walnut, lime, and coconut.
Here's our final stop, the South Street Diner. Get this, if you're like me and you have a constant sweet tooth, here you can just grab a 50-style New England milkshake for breakfast. This place has been open since 1943, and ever since it's been receiving recommendations from plenty of food magazines, acting as a staple stop in the Boston area, whether or not you're a tourist. So, let's go in and check it out. This place is perfect if you have an old soul or just a hungry stomach and a hankering for home-cooked food. As the menu says, the grilled banana bread is Grandma's recipe. Also, as a bonus, they're open 24 hours, so if you're not much for a breakfast person, you can come here for a late-night snack. And that's a wrap on our double-stop breakfast spot tour. I can promise you guys, from what I've eaten this morning, you will not leave these places unsatisfied. I'm Ainsley Cromar, your Boston Lifestyle correspondent, and I hope that you feel as full as I do in the mornings to come.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Hey, Angel, what do you think Prince William worries about?
I don't know. What?
His receding hairline. H-E-I-R, like air, but like,
Yeah.
I pronounce it like hair. Hairline.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Juliana.
Thank you.
Let's actually hand it over to the entertainment crew who can do a much better job.
Okay.
Hi guys, here are this week's top entertainment stories.
The royal family is actually going to have one more heir very soon. This week, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced on Monday that they are expecting a royal baby this spring. This will be the couple's first baby together, and Meghan is reportedly 12 weeks along. The couple tied the knot this May in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle in the United Kingdom. I don't know about you guys, but I'm obsessed with the royals. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, seems like they really got
Yeah.
on it fast.
Yeah,
They really got to it.
Good for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, congratulations, Meghan and
Yeah.
Harry.
Is he gonna be like a prince or?
I think he's a duke.
He's a duke.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, Pippa Middleton,
Pippa.
Kate's sister,
Oh,
she
yeah,
just had a baby too, I heard.
nice. They're gonna be best friends,
I
I'm
hope
sure.
so.
The closest of pals.
Anyway, so Kanye and the fam, including Saint, took a trip to Africa. Anyways, so Ye pulls up and gives the controversial president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, a pair of fresh Yeezys, and then they had a fruitful discussion about promoting tourism and the arts in Uganda. Later on, they used a helicopter to give a bunch of kids in Uganda a pair of Yeezys. With all the negative attention Kanye's been getting recently, isn't it nice that he did something better for once? How do y'all feel about this?
I don't know, it seems like everything that Kanye does is just like out of like selfish reasons.
Yep,
It's like,
yeah,
what are those
definitely.
kids gonna do
Yeah.
with Yeezys? They could use so much more. I guess the gesture was nice, but
Yeah,
also isn't
and
the
also-
Ugandan president like,
Yeah, he's being like
shitty.
human rights issues and
Yeah.
stuff, and he's not a good
Yeah.
guy. But he has a dope ass pair of Yeezys. So
yeah, so there
anyway,
you go.
I mean, I wish I had Yeezys.
That's true.
They're expensive. You
Yeah.
Uganda kids have Yeezys and you don't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go. Well, on Sunday, it was announced that Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande split, ending their whirlwind engagement. Sources say that Ariana was the one to end things amidst a lot of change in the singer's life, although it is reported that the two will likely still spend some time together. But fans of both and supporters of the relationship are devastated by the news. I'm like not that surprised. Did you guys see this coming?
I
Was
don't
it a
know. I
shock?
mean, they were so
Yeah.
like public and confident with their
And
relationship,
they made,
so it like
they made such
I
a
don't
big
know.
deal out of
Yeah,
it too.
I like
them
There's
together,
like a song
so-
after.
Yeah, I was like surprised and not at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
It's
but
like-
I mean, in better news, Lady Gaga is now engaged to talent agent.
Oh,
I know, I
I
heard.
She just sort of like mentioned it out of the blue during
Yeah,
the speech she was
yeah.
giving. But
They kept
we
it
love
very low
Gaga
key.
here. So
We love Gaga. We
congratulations.
support you, Lady
She
Gaga.
has been engaged before.
Oh, she
she
has?
has?
Yeah,
I
she
didn't know
has.
that.
Oh, wow. Anyway, so this is really cool. Little Woman, the novel turning 150 years old next year. They're making a movie of it. I haven't read it personally, but it tells the story of a father away on a long-term professional gig, while 4 teenage sisters who dream of changing the world as artists, writers, and thinkers turn to their mother for counsel and comfort. The film is directed by Greta Gerwig and is set to open in December 2019, starring Meryl Streep, Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, and Timothy Chalamet. What's cool is that they're filming around campus, like the Colonial Theater.
That's
in
so
Boston
cool,
Common.
yeah.
It is. I know a lot of
So,
people have like seen them. Maybe not even the cast,
Yeah.
but just like all these like men in like colonial
like,
garb,
you know,
just
the
like walking
Victorian-
around like all the extras.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was running in the Common, and I actually ran on set, and like a police officer was like whistling at me, and then as I was leaving, because I had headphones in, right, I heard the director going, "We gotta take that again." I felt
That's
so
so
bad,
cool.
but
No, but
like
that's
it was
cool.
cool,
You
it was
made an
cool,
impact.
right? It was like,
It's
yeah,
a fame. You're
I
gonna
know.
get in the movie.
I'm gonna get in the
right?
movie. I'm famous.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway,
Now let's go to Danielle Finezza with local Boston and Massachusetts stories.
A lawsuit accusing Harvard of discrimination against Asian American applicants went to trial on Monday. The Students for Fair Admissions nonprofit group issued the lawsuit, claiming that Harvard is admitting Asian Americans at a lower rate than other races. The group says that the university consistently gives Asian Americans low scores on their personal rating despite their strong academic records. They are accusing Harvard of setting a quota for the number of Asian American students that are accepted each year. The trial is expected to last 3 weeks. U.S. District Court Judge Allison Burroughs will make the final decision on the case. MIT has announced a plan to restructure its academic program with a greater focus on artificial intelligence. $1 billion have been allocated for the project, making this the largest investment in AI technology by an American institution to date. The College of Computing will open next September in existing MIT buildings and is expected to move into its own space in 2022. MIT's president, Raphael Reif, stated that AI is reshaping the world and students must be taught to apply this technology in their disciplines. The new college will encourage students and faculty to discuss the potential impact computing and artificial intelligence could have on our society. TripAdvisor announced Regina Pizzeria as the country's #1 rated pizzeria in their list of top 10 U.S. pizza restaurants. The site consulted millions of online reviews on the various restaurants, weighing the quantity and quality of the comments. TripAdvisor diners commented on the perfect combination of thin crust, fresh mozzarella, and fresh tomato sauce that is found in a slice of Regina's signature brick oven pizza. Regina Pizzeria has been famed as Boston's best pizza since 1926 and has locations all over the city, including its original location in the North End. That's all for me on local news. Let's head over to Jade Lopez to hear about sports news.
Thanks, Danielle, and good morning, Emerson. In October of 1968, 50 years ago this week, two African-American men named Tommy Smith and John Carlos won the gold and bronze medals in the Olympic 200 meters, then headed over to the medal stand for a ceremony. Wearing black gloves, Smith on the right hand and Carlos on the left, the sprinters raised their fists in solidarity while the Star-Spangled Banner played. They were widely verified for their actions, and shortly after the gesture, the United States Olympic Committee sent them home. 50 years later, protests in sports have become more common. USA Gymnastics President Mary Bono resigned after just 4 days in the position. Four-time Olympic champion Simone Biles called out Bono for tweeting a photo of herself coloring in the white Nike check on her shoes. The tweet came just days after Nike launched their campaign with Colin Kaepernick. On Saturday, Biles shared her thoughts on Bono's Nike tweet, saying, "Don't worry, it's not like we needed a smarter gymnastics president or anything." The New England Patriots are currently tied with Miami Dolphins in the AFC East Division with 4 wins and 2 losses. The Patriots have won all 4 of their home games and are currently on a 3-game winning streak from beating the Colts 38-24, the Dolphins 38-7, and the Kansas City Chiefs 43-40. Their next game is Sunday, October 21st at 1 p.m. Against the Chicago Bears. The Bears are currently at 3 wins and 1 loss and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. The Patriots have a pretty good chance of taking home another win, I'd say. I'm Jade Lopez, and we'll be right back.
I'm Arasha Lalani, and welcome to GME at the Castle. Today, we'll be going on a day in the life of a castle dweller. Let's go! Time for class, but first, coffee. Now we're ready. This is classroom 1 of 4. All 4 classrooms are in the castle, so you don't even need to leave the building to get to class. Some classes are major specific, like law and ethics for journalists, and others that are specifically about traveling, like travel writing. They even offer the sophomore honors seminar, so honors students can apply too. Oh, gotta get to class now. And here's the castle. Hey y'all.
Hey,
What's going on?
not much. We just booked a trip to Bruges.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah,
Bruges.
we're going Thursday to Saturday. If you want to join us, feel free.
Yeah, I'd be down. Maybe I can book my flight later.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna go grab my laundry, so I'll catch you guys later.
Later.
Cool. Bye.
I want to see the blood.
Who cares about wrinkles, right? And done. Ugh, I'm hungry. Let's go to the bakery and get some food. Do you want to come? You don't have a choice. Hey y'all, are you going to the bakery? I'm just about to go get some food. Do you want to join? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They learned about your double.
Now, the town of Well is pretty small, but it's got what you need. As you can just see, we ate from the bakery, so that's always good when there's no food available at the castle. There's also a store called Everything Under One Roof, which has all the essentials, from food to Band-Aids. Down the street, we have our daycare with all the little ones of the town. And then there's our beloved Castile Well. Let's head back there now. Here at the dining hall, we have a variety of options. You really get to delve into the Dutch culture by eating lots of different foods. Looks like today we have fried fish, mashed potatoes, chicken roll, broad beans, and green licks a la cream. Our dining hall staff is actually very nice. Hello. Let's go sit with some friends.
Yeah?
Students can have jobs here at the castle as well. For example, I work at Sophie's Kitchen, which is in Dulcia's place, basically one of the student lounges here. I work on Wednesdays and Thursdays so I can get some cash while I'm traveling on the weekends. Well, that's been my day. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see y'all next time. Good night.
Well, thanks so much, Arasha, for that awesome view of Castile Well.
I am really craving a stroopwafel right now, but it's gonna have to wait because Harry J is here from Berkeley to perform an original song for us.
Let's take a look.
a tune I sang when I was young and vain. All I had should remain the same. But the same ain't sane, sometimes it'll break, and the ashes are all that remain. We got a one-track mind to try to turn and look away, but it's all on us to try to look back and ease the pain. And there's a whole damn world outside these walls, a church with 1,000,000 halls. There's a cedar tree that stands so tall, surrounded by 3 that'll fall. And it's silhouetted on our faces, the pain we haven't seen. A partition place where one man's face is and another ghost remains. I've waited so long, I've waited so long. I'm trying to move the mountains together. And I've waited so long, and I've waited so long. I'm trying to pull the ties in together. So I open up the pages of my book with no diction, cause we locked up behind these bars with no conviction. Decisions and rhythms of the days are all just the isms of these dictators who spit it out and rule with the visions. We got them people in the world think they're going to hell, got them locked up and now you got rebellions to quell. And so we down in the cellar locked up, and well, we alright, y'all. We alright, we got them people in the world who got places to be. So many people in the world who got no face to see. And all these hands up in the world, you gotta shake them to agree. And while you're looking up top, down from sea to sea, while you stand up on the mountaintop looking down upon the others, but those others might be your friends or your sisters or your brothers. And somebody needs to try to tell them people to help, cause we alright, y'all. I've waited so long, I've waited so long. I'm trying to move the mountains together. I've waited so long, and I've waited so long. I'm trying to put ties in forever. I've waited so long, and I've waited so long. I'm trying to put ties in forever.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Harry.
Of course.
Hey, thank you for joining us. I mean,
Absolutely.
that was amazing. I can't say enough of how impressed I am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for you guys for joining us today.
That is all we have. Is there something you could play us off with, perhaps?
Give us a little bit of funky in here.
Oh, a little bit funky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Thank you for waking up with us. Tune in next week, same time, same place.
Next week, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Stay tuned.